Playing solo rank is not that bad.
Defeat.
Okay, I lied. It's fucking worse. Playing solo will give you the highest level of headache you've ever experienced. Why? Because you'll be MVP in a lose streak. You don't lose matches because the enemies are strong, you lose because your teammates are trash. For solo rank players, this game isn't a 5 versus 5, it's a 1 versus 9. Your allies are out here helping the enemies, feeding them kills, giving away turtles, lords, and of course, handing them the win on a silver platter. I'm sure solo players can relate, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, then stick around till the end and watch me suffer. So, first game of the new season, my team comp, 2 marksmen, a dumbass without no talent, and a grandmaster. Like, what the fuck? Why there is a grandmaster in epic rank? But then I looked at the enemy comp and realized, yeah, they're also built like a circus. So I guess it's fair. And if you're wondering why I'm in epic rank, at the start of the game, I did the usual rotation to gold lane. I don't know whether Harley was trying to poke me or something, but ended up dead. Back to farming, but then I realized something. This dumbass Zilong abandoned top lane to play roamer. For real, this guy has 0 talent, and I mean that literally. So I just rotated between top and mid lanes, which gave me a pretty decent farm. And I have to say, revamped Sun Shin? Actually pretty damn good. His ultimate is great in teamfights and helps finish off targets easily. Everything was going smooth, until this Moskov decided to take the buff instead of helping me kill Balmond. Maybe Moskov needs a ton of mana? I don't know, I haven't played in a while. Right after that I messed up too. I jumped into a 1 versus 4 without my ultimate, thinking I'm the main character in some anime. But yeah, I'm not. Soon after, our mage also started losing his balls and went off to push turrets alone. Perfect way to help the enemies turn the tables. At this point, I thought the game was already over. But then, funny shit happened. Here's sneaky Harley doing dumb shit again.
Take this!
Now I just wanted a good setup to win the team fight and close the match. But Granger? Nah, he also wanted buff. Like, bro, go clear the minions. What's the buff gonna do if you're just feeding anyway? Meanwhile, my boy's still out there pushing towers alone, and this monkey girl is chasing me all the way to the base. We won the fight, but guess what my team does next? Instead of pushing with me, Moskov was like, nah, let the enemies clear minions. I'll just go take buff again. I was waiting to secure Lord, but Wanwan tried to backdoor us. Fortunately, I reacted fast, cleared the minions instead of focusing her.
Nice try, Mortimer.
Here, enemies made a big mistake trying to take Lord with just 2 players. Didn't end well for them. Now all we had to do was target lock the base, but my team? Still on some other shit. Instead of supporting me, they recalled for no reason. Luckily, 18-minute Lord and Mega Minions ended the match, because the enemies didn't know how to defend their base, and somehow, we won.
What the f*** is this?
In this match, Saber was the dark system here. Even though I showed my win rate, which was way better than his 50%, this dude still refused to give up the jungle role. So, I ended up going mid lane. But then Sun, who was playing in the EXP lane, decided he needed the buff too. Like, why? You're in the side lane, bro. Surprisingly, this match was actually better than the last one. All the players, except me, were around the same skill level, so I completely dominated the enemy team.
Nope, nope, nope.
And eventually we ended up winning.
Stupid!
In the third match, I became the dark system myself by picking Mia. Why do I pick her? Because I once heard a quote, "To beat the dark system, you have to become the dark system." And you know what? It's somewhat true. Most players in low ranks have no clue how to counter heroes like Mia, which just makes you the better dark system. Anyway, our roamer decided to babysit me the entire game, and we absolutely bullied this poor Layla. That led me to snowball hard. And let me tell you, if Mia gets her farm, the match is basically already decided. She melts enemies like butter. Just pop your ultimate for good positioning, hit Inspire, and wipe the whole squad.
Psych!
In this match, my team looked pretty strong compared to the enemies. The only thing we needed was a roamer. So, being the nice guy I am, I picked Franco. Did I do anything wrong? Yes, I did. Because this alpha was ridiculous. Bro couldn't even use his ultimate properly. He spent the whole match ulting the wall. And the rest of the team, also low skilled. They couldn't do much either. And me? I was playing this big fat hooker. Even if I wanted to carry, I couldn't. So, of course, we ended up losing. Why the hell do I always end up with teams like this? But hey, the real dark system was about to appear soon. Once again, I was the last pick. And you know the unwritten rule of solo queue, last pick equals roamer. So I picked roam with retribution. Yeah, I was trolling. Specifically, trolling Julian. Because honestly, this guy was playing like a certified dark system agent. No map awareness, wrong talents, and worst of all, he kept taking fights he had no chance of winning. But the rest of the team were actually decent. So I stopped trolling and started supporting them instead, because deep down I didn't really want to lose. I went for a damage build with Dominance Ice, since the enemy had Angela. That helped us win team fights and dominate the game. Julian though, still a noob, like during the Lord fight, this clown went to take buff instead. Luckily, I had Retribution ready and secured the Lord myself. It's really frustrating when random players auto-lock important roles and refuse to give them up, even when other players are clearly better suited. Anyway, with Lord on our side, it was easy to push and end the match. The next few games were smooth. Got myself a nice little 7-win streak, but remember when I said the real dark system was coming? Yeah, it was already waiting for me in the very next match. Since I can't trust randoms, I took the jungle role again, and for a moment, I was actually happy. Players were adjusting to the team's needs. Since when did Zilong become a roamer? These kinds of players are the pinnacle of the dark system. Anyway, the enemies got overconfident early on, and we picked up a few kills. We had a solid start. I kept pressing the enemy, stealing buffs, pushing towers. My team was doing their part too, pushing lanes. We were dominating until they got cocky and forgot that I was the one carrying them. They started throwing, and that gave the enemies a chance to come back. Soon, the enemy team started playing coordinated, and with Estes on their side, they turned the tables. And guess what? No one on my team bought anti-heal items, maybe because they have no idea what anti-heal even is. So the enemy had the upper hand in every team fight. I eventually bought Sea Halberd to reduce their healing, but let's be real. One anti-heal item isn't enough to counter Estes. You need your whole team on board. But my team? They're out here stealing buffs from the one who's carrying them. I did what I could, but it ended the way you'd expect. We lost fights, and soon, we lost the base.
Defeat.
Next match. And I get this team, 2 squishy hypers, no roamer, and a mage who, I swear, is not even a mage. And don't even get me started on Alpha. I think this dude has dementia. He's confused gold lane with EXP lane. So I had no choice but to go EXP lane myself. The enemies also noticed Alpha's dementia and immediately destroyed our top turret, while this guy was busy farming creeps like nothing's happening. Then, like a miracle, he remembered and came to the EXP lane. I never got the chance to farm properly because, unlike my team, the enemy was well coordinated and kept pressure on all lanes. They snowballed hard, so it's no surprise that we lost this one too. This match felt like it was me versus all 9 players, because my team couldn't do a single thing right. They couldn't kill, they couldn't push, they couldn't even defend their own lanes. I had to do everything, but there's a limit. I can't defend all 3 lanes at once. Sure, I can carry if the enemies are low skilled, but when they're at my level or better, and my team is just helping them win, how am I supposed to fight all of them alone? But Moonton doesn't care. According to them, unless you carry every single one of your potato teammates, it's not considered a fair match. Like, what does Moonton even think while giving me these players? No surprise, we lost again. But hey, amidst all this frustration, here's a cool outplay I pulled off.